Welcome back to the 3-battle series. We're covering the Wind Gua, and now it's the Battle of Balance. So, again, we talked about with Wind Gua, it's all about adding to motions, adding to force, in order to make them overcommit or to reverse a situation. In the case of the Battle of Balance, it's going to be in this kind of reversal situation, where we add to the force, but further than they intend to go. So if we're in a position like this, where we're like wrestling here, right? If he's pushing on me, but say he's pushing on me more with this hand than he is with this hand, right? So in this kind of situation, it'd cause this type of thing to happen. But if I add to this, right, I would be pulling onto this while pushing onto this one, because this is the weaker arm, this is the stronger arm because it's pushing more. So as he pushes more, I add to this, and I cause this to happen, so now I can take his balance. So in that situation, right, he's trying to get me to be like here. So as he pushes, right, I put him into that position, right? So this is where you can kind of get those kinds of reversals. It's all about adding to their force. So now if he pushes me and pushes me with both hands equally, right? So I don't have that kind of way to go. From here, I can take him this way, but I can do so maybe by deflecting downwards, where then now he's into clinching type positions, right? So as he pushes, right, he pushes, right, now he's into me, and I can get him, right? There's like 2 major ways to think about approaching combat. There's the I can go to him, and then I can let him come to me. In this case, I let him come to me in a way that he didn't expect, right? Because his intent is to push me backwards, right? Where he keeps his weapons, namely his hands, between himself and myself. And once I take that away, right, now I'm right here, I can get to his vulnerable bits, here, here, and here, right? All this kinds of stuff. But now, let's say he's pulling me, right? So he's pulling me this way. He's trying to, like, as he pulls onto me, right, go ahead, pull, right? Trying to get me into a position where I make a step that I, didn't intend to make, and then from there he can push me this way, right? It's kind of like that, first you jostle their weight, and then you can make your throw, because then it's easier when they're not on their game. So as he's pulling onto me, right, I just let that go into him, right? So in this punch type of position, right, as he pulls on me, I simply, right, my palms are already on him. I can go this way if you want to. Great. In fact, I'll go this way even more so, right? So as he pulls me back, right, I can step behind him and try and trip up his leg as we go that way. Or I can do so adding a little bit more to one hand than the other. So as he pulls on me, right, I can go this way, but I can pull on this one a little bit more to try and get him into this type of position. And if we get back on camera here, right? So as we're into this kind of position, now I've kind of gotten him into a position where he's starting to bend backwards. If I just force this, right? So in that, right, I tugged onto this arm, right, pulling here and extending through here so I can get this kind of bent over backwards position, and then I just simply follow that to the ground, and that's how we get that. And I'll start it again from, let's go this way so we can stay on camera the whole time. From him pulling, right, I add to that, right, I get into the position, and from here, whew, your knee is busted. But you can see from that, right, he pulls on me, I'm like, cool, let's go this way. But I'm gonna take it under my power, right? So you take their force and you make it your own. That's the whole idea behind arts like Taiji, right? It's not meant to be brute force. It's meant to take their own momentum and use it against them. Just like any other wrestling type of art, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Greco-Roman wrestling, any good art like that, anything that involves wrestling, will be using the opponent's force against them. Because otherwise you just have to be bigger or stronger. Sometimes that's not the case. So that's the idea behind using the Wind Gua to interpret the Battle of the Balance. See you in the next video.